Hola, and welcome back to Coffee and Chaos. This week, we brought two guys back. Tom, say hi. Tony.
Yo.
So we're going to say a big thank you for our guest last week. I'm going to let you say
it. His show was The Militant Grind. His name is Sherman.
And we dragged him in like he was finishing up his, and we just kind of made him join ours, and it was a blast. We had so much fun. So thank you again.
Yeah, it was a blast.
You guys ready? This is going to be pretty hot, so let's get right into it. We originally were going to talk about women's rights, and I think we were all a little amped up about that, but then we kind of changed it to, in 2023 in California, do we need two working incomes, and should women work, and does it change the whole household because women are working and working full time and out of the house more than 1950, 1940, and how we feel about that? And again, it's not to offend anybody. This is our personal experience, our personal reasons why we feel this way. You know, Steph lives with somebody. The rest of us are all pathetic and single. So, you know.
Wow.
So my opinion, of course, is going to be so different. No one's going to agree with me. So let's go with you first, single. Tony. What do you think?
What do I think? I think coming from where being the sole provider in my previous relationship, previous situation, it's a lot.
Is it?
It was a struggle. Everything just fell on me. I mean, got through it, but I mean, it was, I don't want to say like I didn't want her to work. I did, but it was just a matter of, okay, you're going to make this amount, but if I miss work, I'm going to miss like this amount.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, what do we do? Like, yeah, you could work, but it's going to conflict with my schedule.
If you could afford it, you wouldn't want her to work, right?
You know what? Now, coming from it, I would. You want to do a little side hustle?
Yeah.
You want to freaking work part-time? Hey, do it. Go for it. Like, you know what?
To build up herself, to make herself feel better.
Absolutely.
Instead of just being in the house night and day with kids. And
right, because then that's
like
where it's like she's just,
But do you think that affects the household?
I would say with her not working?
You think she's overwhelmed in a day, like when she's dealing with all the kids?
Yeah, because that's what she did. She was overwhelmed. Like she cooked, cleaned, did everything, maintained the household, like just like no other. While I was able to freaking do what I was doing and just go to work.
Mm-hmm.
And she picked up the kids.
Yeah,
everything.
And people don't give women enough credit. That's a job,
and that's one thing I will say and compliment my ex-wife about that is she is a wonderful mom. She held it down.
Yeah.
She held it down. Like hands down.
What do you feel?
Well, I mean, if she could do a side hustle and still be there with the kids and taking care of the kids and being the mom that she wants to be, but still kind of have her own freedom and her money to maybe do different things that she wants to do or
to maintain
then
herself.
I think that's cool if you can do that, right? If the dad, or husband can provide enough to keep the family going, but
what about?
I think that, and this is like controversial, but I know that when my wife did it for a while, right?
Working,
my ex-wife, when she was off, right? She was off and just taking care of the babies, like when she's about to have a baby in X amount of months and stuff like that. I noticed that when I came home, it really wasn't, a lot of times it wasn't all that much different. It was kind of like I was off with my sister all day. I was off with my mom today. I was off this and that. And I still had to do everything else. So it didn't really change anything much as far as like if everything was, and no, she was like she's always been a person like that, a real hustler as far as they go. But I know that she was still overwhelmed. So when I got home, instead of it being like, let me just wind down, it was still, here's the baby. Here's the this, here's the that. And
I
I'm like,
agree with that.
Like,
let me
take a deep breath first, right? So, I was like, wow, this doesn't seem like it's benefiting all that great, for us. And then, now going through my divorce, I look back and I think, well, what about this situation? And this is very controversial, but if a man does that, right? He says, babe, because it's ideal. You stay home, take care of the kids, the family. I come home, help you out,
Right. We're supposed
whatever,
to be
right?
providers.
We're a team, right?
Right.
But now with the divorce rate going on, we got to, take that in consideration. How would it benefit that man to make all the money? Then they get a divorce. Now he pays all the alimony.
Yeah.
Because she
Child
never
support.
made the money. So now if that woman is making $100,000 a year and he's making $100,000 a year, okay, it's cool, right? Because if that happens, he's not screwed. But in a sense now, the relationship goes south. He's paying alimony. She's got a new man and he's forwarding all the bills on everything else.
Yeah.
And she's living cool.
Yep.
But do you think that would
Yeah.
make some people want to actually fix the marriage instead of just getting if it's fixable? Because I know some marriages are not. But yeah, what you're saying is right. Like, hey, I'm paying all this money. Let me just stay and fix it and be happy, because the whole saying it's cheaper to keep her, which sucks.
Right.
But at some point, don't you think that maybe that's what happened back in the olden days, that they were stuck together, right? There was no divorce, so they made it work. And in today's time, everything is, oh, I'm not happy by it. I'm not happy by it. That's why the divorce rate is so higher today. But you don't think that something like that would make somebody stay and try to fix it?
I think people try to fix it anyways, regardless
Yeah.
of that. Like I was married for 26 and a half years. You don't think I tried to fix it? Like I went over and over and tried different things and listened to different people and
Right.
and tried to make things work.
And that's
so-
why I asked you here today, because you have so much experience that I will never have and don't have, because I wasn't even married for, my marriage lasted a whole 3 months. So, so I will never know what it's like to be married 20 years. And like you said, for me to say, well, can't you fix it? And you're saying, I tried. And it just, for both ends, for both, whatever reason it is, not you, not her, it just didn't work.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And do
So-
you like that when you guys were married, that she did work, that she had a little bit of her independency, that she was able to have her own money?
Oh, sure, because you balance things out. Like there's times where, you paid whatever the mortgage and there's no money left in your check. And she's
Right.
just like, hey, let me go take your car and fill up the gas tank so you can get back and forth to work. So you're like bouncing off of each other. Hey, look at how much money you got. I only got $20. Here's a $100 bill. Put it in the car. Make sure you don't run out of gas,
Yeah.
Right. Right.
So you're
That's a
taking care of
team.
each other. Yeah, you're a team,
Yeah.
So
What about you?
I have a totally different opinion from you. I know you think women should stay home. I don't. I think women should work, and mainly because I don't want to have to go to my husband, my boyfriend, or whatever and beg for money.
I agree with that.
I think it
I
gives
agree
them
with
that
that.
independency too.
Yes.
You know what I
Exactly.
mean? That
But I live in La
I
La
don't-
makes them
Land.
feel
Yeah,
better
I
about
just
themselves.
So check this out. When I owned my business, and I had another competitor of mine, and he owned a business, moving a storage business too, and his wife had nothing to do with the business and didn't want. And at the time, my wife didn't want that, so I ran the thing
Yeah.
kind of much by myself. But the
Uh-huh.
problem is like I watched this guy. He passed away. And she
Oh.
didn't know nothing to do with the business, and she had been taking
Wow.
care of all her life. So now you put her in a bad situation, because now how does she fend for herself? Because
Exactly.
she has no
Mhm.
experience in business, has no experience in her job, whatever her career. So it was kind of like a little
Yeah.
bit of a messed up situation. Had she maybe been involved in the business, and when she took off, she just,
Yeah.
went with it. But I noticed that sometimes they really kind of take a step back. Honey, you go ahead and do that, and I'm going to take care of the kids. But you kind of got to be involved a little bit and
Yeah,
like,
it's a
show.
control thing.
Yeah, you got to, because hey, I'm not guaranteed to be here forever.
Yeah,
know?
in that situation, you're very much
Yeah.
right, and that's just a sad situation,
Right.
But it
it's
happens
real.
a lot.
It's reality.
Yeah, it
You
happens
see it,
a lot.
so
for sure.
you have to consider it.
Yeah. And I just think that both should be contributing. I just don't see a need to have one person home. There's daycares for a reason.
But
Uh,
daycare, we just like we were talking about,
It's
is so
expensive, but if both of
ridiculously
you are
expensive.
working,
Right.
you-
And
Yeah,
it
that
depends
wouldn't
on
be a
how many
problem.
And you
kids
can
you have.
minimize
It's
too.
an issue.
How many kids do you have though? You're talking. If you have 2
Yeah.
or 3 kids and they're in daycare, that's
Well,
pointless.
I mean, they're-
that's gonna
I
cost
know,
you
but they're
thousands of
not all going to
dollars.
be the same age. Nobody has kids like
Yeah, you
9
never
months
know.
apart.
Yeah,
You might have a
never
fertile
know.
myrtle that's just like
yeah.
pew pew
She's
pew.
Mexican, bam, having them right
Every
back
Have a
to
catcher's
situation's got to be
ready.
different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have family around, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Hey, bring them over here." Right? They come after school, and they're
Yeah, but
Yeah.
there's
job,
ways there's ways to stop that. Like you should, If you have one kid and you can barely afford that kid, it doesn't make sense to have 2, 3, and 4.
That's
Yeah,
right.
But people don't think like
Yeah,
that.
they
People
don't.
No, well, they
just
should.
But they should.
They
I
should. That's
agree,
being
but they don't.
responsible.
But they
Right.
should.
Not being responsible.
Well,
When I
I
had
don't
my
know,
son
like-
at 17, I wasn't like,
Oh,
let
look
me
at us
pop out
Mexicans.
2
We
more.
have like 500 kids.
Yeah, my dad.
Right.
didn't
That's
want it.
not. That was never on my
Right.
mind. I'm 17.
But you
let me
were,
take.
but
let
you
me-
were 17 and single. If you think about it, today again, it's so expensive to live in California. It's ridiculous.
Right, right.
So
Yeah.
yes, you guys
We're
are right.
paying
You
for the
should be
weather.
conscious and think about that.
Yeah.
However, go back to 1980, like go back to 1970, where you get married and you just have kid after kid after kid. You're not thinking like we are today. And today we want more for ourselves. Like I
And
get
for our kids.
yeah.
true. And what you said is we don't agree on this. It's a totally different
Yeah.
opinion. But I do agree with you that I wouldn't want to have to beg my husband for money.
No.
I wouldn't want to stay with him because I can't work and he hits.
I just don't want to
and
be
he cheats on
controlled.
me.
So in order to
100%.
not be
Well,
controlled,
Not every guy
But
is gonna be.
that's
that way.
my
like,
thing.
Like myself, like I'd be like, here, go get your nails done, freaking. Do
but
whatever. Like, you know what I
if
mean?
you
Add
don't
it-
have the
genuine.
money, is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Well,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you're
here's some
paying
nail
all,
polish.
You're already
If-
paying for it.
Start painting them, girl.
if
You know what I mean?
you're
All right, go
paying
get
all
the thing. I'll take them off for you.
yeah,
we'll do
but
them together.
if you're paying all the bills and she's like, I want to get my nails done, I want to do this, I want to do that, and you're like, no,
But that's also
She-
become an added extra. We didn't do that 20, 30
Yeah.
years ago. Today, we all of a sudden, as women, now take care of ourselves better than ever before. Before, they weren't getting their hair done every 2 weeks. They weren't getting their nails
yeah, they
done.
were.
My mom was
Oh,
not.
yeah.
The only thing my mom
Yeah, they
did were her eyelashes. That's it.
Yeah.
And they were all over the place. We used to call them spiders. Other than that, my mom never, ever got her nails done that I can remember
Yeah.
growing up. She never went and got her hair done, but she didn't have to. She had gorgeous hair. She could do it herself. The only thing my mom spent money on that I know was her eyelashes.
Yeah.
And those things were ever, and she needed them.
I remember my grandma would go get her hair done
Yeah.
all the time, man. So
That-
yeah,
Well,
no, I
maybe
think it
us-
still happened way
Yeah, I
back
know.
then.
No, like not us.
yeah, yeah.
But I
no,
don't
they
think it's as
did.
expensive and as much as they do today.
Yeah.
Today
maybe
we
not.
do a lot. Oh, sorry, my
But
I don't
we
know.
also, as a man, want her doing a lot. Because
so
now
then why
that's
ain't you giving her the
benefiting-
money to do it?
I didn't say nothing about me not.
No, because Steph was saying that she doesn't want to have to ask a man for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I just don't want to ask anyone.
I just look at it today. So I go to work and I do the drop off and I do the pickup and I do the sports and I pay the bills and I get on the roof and I do the dog
Yeah.
poop and I do.
And you were single.
and-
That's right.
That's why
Hello.
it's, I do this. I do that.
So-
I do this.
you know,
Zach,
You don't
point is,
need nobody.
no, I never said I don't need nobody.
I didn't say that. I mean,
I
you said you
didn't-
didn't, but I said it.
but my point is, if today I had met some man and he was like, "Babe, you ain't got to work," I'd be like, "What time you coming home? Food will be on the stove. I will take your boots off when you walk in the house. Like you will have fresh sheets." And everyone's like, "Oh, you're living in La Land." No, I've been doing it for so long.
That you want that. You're done.
Oh yeah, I'm done. But I do it now. Like I get home and I got to feed my grandma. I got to put my grandma to bed. I got to wash her sheets. I got to wash her clothes. That might as well be my man. So I already know what I'm gonna want to do for that
Yeah.
person when I get with him because I do it now. And yes,
Mhm.
I'm overboard. I do it with Gia. Like on Saturday night, I had SJ, Emery, Gia, Seth, and my grandma. Don't ask us where we slept in that little house, but we all slept.
yeah.
And I woke up the
Typical
next
but
morning.
some
family.
men aren't.
Oh, you don't even know. You should see the picture. I made them pancakes the next morning. Like I got up and did it. So for me,
You're
I'm
all
already
walking over
doing
everybody.
it.
But most men aren't like wanting someone to be like that with them. Brian, I try to make his plate still. He does not want me to make his plate when I make dinner.
Really?
He hates it.
You know
He's
what?
like,
I was
I
the
have
same
to
way
eat.
with.
Let me do it.
Damn, who have I
I
dated
was
in
the same way
past?
with my ex-wife because the only reason why I didn't want her because she was too busy serving the kids.
Yeah.
So and then she would serve me, and then she would serve last. By the time she's done eating, getting ready to eat, I'm already done.
But that's the
One
tradition.
of
and I
the-
would tell
right?
her,
one
I'd
of
be
That's
the
the
no,
tradition.
don't
Well,
make
no.
my plate.
One of
Let me
the-
make it too, so we can eat together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least, like you know what I
So
mean.
one of the things I noticed when I was married, my father-in-law and my mother-in-law, when I would go over there, they made sure I was served first. And I was like, that's kind of weird. Like, wouldn't you take care of the babies first? And my father-in-law was basically like, he was a hardcore, right?
Yeah.
And he was like,
and that's another.
you're the
topic.
workhorse in the house.
Yes.
Without you,
Yep.
you won't be able to feed them if you're not taken care of. So
Yeah.
you get fed first, so
Yep.
you could take care of every
That's,
single
and that's
one
another
of them.
topic
And
too
that's the
because
way it
it's
was
like,
all the time.
yeah.
that's another
I
topic I,
agree.
feel where it's like, okay, should the man eat first? be served first, or should the
I felt
kids
weird
be?
about it at
No,
the
first.
kids
It
in
felt
our
weird.
in our culture, it's always you
man.
feed the man,
Yeah.
you feed the kids, and then you eat yourself.
I
But
guess
you
that's
do
where I'm-
have a right where you said that. And then when you want to sit down and eat with her, you've already eaten, and she's
Yeah.
barely eating.
And
But
I'm
that's
over here
just the
freaking making a
culture.
second plate just to freaking think I'm feeling
So you
guilty.
can
I'm
eat
all,
with her.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most of the
Overeating.
time,
That's all right. I can take 2 plates.
Yeah. Most of the time when I'm cooking, I'm like I am tasting everything.
Yeah.
So by the time dinner's done, I'm
Yeah.
not hungry.
Yeah.
So I don't
Yeah.
have to worry about serving myself.
Yeah.
I literally make Brian's plate and I even make Josh's plate. I love doing it.
Yeah.
But Brian cannot stand it.
Really?
He's like, I have
Do you think
2
it's a
feet.
cultural thing? Because Seth,
He's Italian.
did he grow up in like a full blown
Oh,
Italian
yeah,
old school house? Well, maybe
full-blown
he feels that
Italian.
way then because he feels like no, enough women have done it. You don't need
Yeah.
to do it
See,
for
that's
me.
where I'm different. Where it's just like, no, I'd rather eat with my significant other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah, but that's
'Cause that's
again
probably our
we're
only time to
losing
freaking-
the customs, the traditions as it goes down, and maybe that's a tradition that should be lost. I don't agree with it personally. We still serve Seth.
Yeah.
You know, Seth.
Yeah.
I like it when they serve and we all wait,
Yeah.
and then you sit down and you
Yep.
pray over your food, and then you eat together as a
Yeah.
family.
Yeah.
And then you have a conversation
That has
about
gone
how
out
your
the
day
How
window.
was.
do you do that when you have like 15 people at one dinner?
Yeah.
That's hard.
Well, you know,
That's how
Gotta
it
make it work.
was.
yeah,
I'm
you
like,
gotta just you get a plate, you go through the lineup of whatever you got up there, and you make a plate real quick, and you just throw it down, and you
Like
know.
when we do our Sunday things at my house with my nephew and my niece and my mom and Marianne and my kids and Loran and Jackie's family. There's so many of us. Like there's the food, and Loran is very good about asking her brother, Papa, what do you want? And I laugh sometimes because she beats me to it. But Seth is also very much I can serve myself.
Right.
If he's in a lazy
See?
mood, he will sit at that island and be like, Sissy, give me that. Sissy, give me that. And she'll do it, right?
Yeah.
But there's so many of us. We can't. Everyone's eating and talking. No one's going to sit and there's too many of us
we
for
would
us
do
to
that.
sit
We'd have a
there.
bunch of us out there. It'd be
Yeah.
my son, my 4 sons, their girlfriends,
Exactly.
my ex, and we'd all wait. We'd all get it, and then we'd sit down,
Oh,
and
no.
we'd do that
We
every
some
Sunday.
heathen.
I'm like, I'm
We
Yeah.
some heathen.
all trying to.
The second the food comes out, even before it comes out, you put down one platter, someone's already jumping on it. Like we ain't waiting, sorry.
Yeah.
We're all hungry.
Yeah. I've been waiting forever.
Yeah.
But
We
there's
have
something nice
we
about
have
when
no
you do,
control.
and so once you've kind of built that habit, it's kind of like, you know what? Hey, we're here together. We can sacrifice 10 minutes. I don't got to gobble the food down before everybody gets theirs.
But I think there's a sense of like my mom did this huge feast this one day. Oh,
Wow.
Seth, my bad. I have it on.
Wow.
That's not
I know.
Silence
It-
was
that's one because he's
fun.
on emergency bypass, whatever. I got to make sure my kid ain't dead in a ditch somewhere.
We call it
Oh.
he's alive.
He's 23.
Yeah.
Hey, mama's coming. I don't care how old you are. Shoot, that's my baby.
All right, we're ending this.
So,
I'm done.
so my mom made this huge feast, and we're all eating, and we're all talking, we're all laughing, and we're all there all day. And she's barbecuing, and she put everything out, and we're cleaning it. And when she left, I sent her a text. I said, "Hey, next week, either we're all cooking or we're ordering because we didn't even get to visit with you, like you said.
Yeah.
Normally, we get to visit her. Someday that day, for whatever reason, we didn't get to visit with her. But I didn't want her to feel like the only reason we have you here is just to cook,
Right.
So you need to visit with your grandkids. You need to visit. I mean, she don't visit with me. She don't even like me half the time. But you need to visit with everybody else. And she goes, "Oh, okay." Like it because she is that way. Like, let me cook. Everybody eat. She doesn't even think to let me stop and let me sit down and enjoy myself. But that's an old school thing that
Even if when you go out and take a girl out to eat and they serve you the plate first, do you eat it just because you got it first and because you're hungry?
Yeah.
No, that ain't
No,
cool.
I don't.
Right?
I don't.
Yeah.
You wait till you're
yeah. But in
You're
my
all
head,
served.
I'm like, can he get his food? Because I'm hungry.
That's when I start looking over my shoulder like,
Right.
Yeah.
coming.
Or I just get my fork and start playing with it like, where's his food coming?
Well, can we agree that we think this is more just an American culture thing then? Where, we talk about equality in this country a lot, right? And that's what we preach. And so for equality, that means us sitting down as a family, as a table together, us eating at the same time. I mean, I have the same issue with my wife. She'll make food and then it's like, okay, please just make your food first. Because by the time you make yours, mine's going to be cold waiting on you,
Yeah.
And I'm not the kind of person who wants to sit there and, eat my food before. The whole point of us eating together is so we actually eat together. That's the
Yeah.
whole point.
Yeah.
So I think we can say it's more of an American culture thing as opposed to different Hispanic or other kinds of cultures. That's what I think.
But I also don't know if I like it. I feel like we're losing so much, for me personally, our culture. And I never realized it. I dated this guy, and I remember I made fried chicken, mashed potatoes, all this stuff. And so I'm serving him, and I sit down. I'm expecting him to eat, and he's just sitting there. And I'm like, "What are you doing? Eat!" And he's like, "Why am I eating alone?" And I'm like, "Oh, you're gonna wait for me?" And he's
That's
like,
the
"Yeah."
point.
Yeah.
So I was
Right.
like,
That's
"Oh,
that's what I'm saying.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it bugged me, like you're no. And then when we were done, I went to go pick up his plate, and he was like, "I'm okay, I can clean it." I was like, "I know you can clean it, but give it to me. I'm gonna take." He was like, "Oh, okay." Like I was like,
Yeah.
I'm so used to,
Now I'd be like, nah, stop.
but that is our culture, and I
gotta
love
clean.
that. I don't want to lose that. I don't want my kids
Yeah.
to lose it. And Solomon's right. We've become so Americanized in a lot of things. And that's probably, you're right, Tony, why I'm single, because I feel like I'm such a different species. Like
Yeah.
I want to go back to the old ways. That's
well, no,
why
I'm the same way.
do
You know
we
what I mean? I think
want
that's-
women to work? Do we want the household to be affected because women are going to work? So I feel personally, it does affect the household when women are out of the house more and not home with the
Oh.
kids.
Definitely.
Because
And-
go ahead.
But also, like, if you expect, like, when the woman's working another 9 to 5, you guys are both working, and then
9 to 5.
then she's coming home, and now she's doing the dishes and doing the laundry and doing all this stuff. Like, how? Because for me, I want my woman to take care of herself. I want her to still work out. I want her to still do it. But if she's so overloaded,
And
how the heck
tired,
is
yeah.
she gonna?
Yeah,
so you got to
if
create
everybody-
space.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
You gotta-
about that.
If everybody splits everything,
Right.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
then
Right.
you
I
don't
don't
that's
have
know
that's
if
where
I
that
can
that's
split
where that
everything.
80-20 comes in, or that,
So
that
this is-
70-30, or that.
This is a
I'm
problem.
not having my man do any laundry in my house.
well, because you're the
So,
one that's not going to want to work.
But maybe
you're going to
the-
be at home.
maybe the son might. Like, so in my house, the thing that I had a problem with was I'll work 6-7 days a week, right? But the day I was off, my wife will be asking me, my ex-wife would say, "Hey, well, what did you pull out and what do you got going and what are you doing?" And I'm like, I got 1 day off, but my sons are sleeping till 1 o'clock in the afternoon in their bedroom.
Oh my God.
You're
Yeah.
coming home
Kills
coddling
me.
to them, doing
Yeah.
all their laundry, not holding them to say, "Hey,
Yeah.
pull out this for
exactly.
Yeah.
to
No,
to
you're right about
You're not
defrost
raising
this,
someone
do
to
this."
take care
So
of themselves.
she wants to come to me first. No, you come to me last. You have my sons that are all there, participate and do
and
what
there's
they
4
got to
of
do.
them.
And there's 4 of them. I got one that's not living at home, but still, there's 4 of them. So like now, if I come home,
I'm talking
and
about growing up.
I come home and they are chopping up, vegetables. Hey, Dad, can you grate the cheese? Yeah, what's up? I'm in there with you guys. Like, hey,
Right,
can you go
right.
get some
Yeah.
spaghetti sauce because now we all participate as a team.
Right.
I'm cleaning off. You're cleaning off the countertop. I'm cleaning off now it's cool. But when I come home and you expect me, I'm the last. Come on, man. I'm
Yeah.
working all these hours, and
I
then
agree.
on the day off, my day off, I'm working in the yard for 8 hours. I'll be lucky to get my son to come out and work for an hour and help me out.
Right.
And then
Without
you're
complaining.
you're making their, so like kind of what we've done as parents is we want a better life for our kids. Like, so it was always like, hey, I want to create a better life than I had, right?
Right.
But now what we're doing is we're creating an easier life.
An easier
And
life.
then they don't appreciate
Baby
what
life.
my dad had to go through and how much he sacrificed and how
Right,
beat
right.
down tired he is. And he still comes home and does that. So they can't even understand it. Like, because we're creating this and we're softening them. And then you got to talk to them in a softer way.
Yeah.
You can't come at them
Yeah,
direct.
you're right.
Like, I
You're
can't
totally
say
right about
straight
that.
up, like, this is what it is.
Yeah.
Because, that was too harsh. You didn't sugarcoat it
Don't
to
come
me.
live in my house. Poor
You know?
Seth is
Right,
like
I mean,
traumatized.
because you know what, that's true. Because with my ex-wife, there was times where I'd be chasing the hall, day
Yeah.
night,
Yeah.
day night, right? Finally, I get out, exhausted, come home, trash isn't taken out.
Ooh, that's a
Yeah, we have our son that could take it out.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
what I
a
mean?
pet
And
peeve
it's
I
like,
have
are
with
you serious?
trash.
Yeah.
No, I'm just
Yeah.
using that as an example.
no, but that's
Or-
my pet peeve.
And I'm like, I'm not taking. I just freaking
Yeah.
worked all day or whatever, and I don't. Stepson's freaking chilling.
Yeah,
Like,
that's how
no,
my
come
son
on.
is
No,
the
that's-
same
that's
way.
not cool.
My son will
That was-
pile up the trash and like
He'll
litter-
throw something on top of it. And I'm like,
Literally.
It's falling on the floor.
and Brian comes home and he walks straight in his room and goes, "Are you freaking kidding me?
yeah.
You couldn't take out the damn trash."
right.
And that's That's
Seth
why
used to be like that.
That's just an
that's why I'm
example, though.
saying
That-
we
you know
need
what I
to.
mean?
no, but that's
We
what
need
it
to
is.
that's
raise
where it
kids
comes
to
back
take
to.
care of
Yeah.
themselves.
But again,
and
that
if we're
goes back-
coddling them,
It goes
they're
back
never
to the
going to
old
be
traditions.
And
the
they're
old
not going to know what to do
customs.
later on in life.
Yeah, but they're
because of being
never-
What they're doing is they're taking care of the kid more than they're even taking care of their man. And then they're wondering,
Yeah.
why is this guy acting like this? Well,
Right.
what the heck, man? Come on.
Yeah, I feel like we should have a mix. We should have some of our old traditions.
Yes.
But we are in different times, and there is no way I'm going to raise my son to think that he's going to be coddled his whole life
Yeah.
because the woman he gets is
Yeah.
not going to be like that.
Right.
And he's going to be in for a huge
Yeah.
culture
Awakening.
I
shock.
will say that, like, as much as I coddle Seth and baby him, he knows my pet peeve is my trash. But this weekend, he wasn't happy about it, but he was out there with soap and water and the broom, and he was hosing down the. I have a thing about my trash cans. My trash
Yeah.
cans get smelly, dirty.
Clean him.
Yeah, and he says you're the only person that makes your kid clean out trash
You know
cans.
they have a
No.
service for that,
And
right?
That is not true.
So I told him they have a service for that. He goes, "That's the stupidest service I've ever thought."
Hey, he's making money.
Mm.
Yep.
I said, "You know what? It is
Yep.
what it is." But this is what I told him: there's going to be a day that you're going to own your house, and you're going to be cleaning out your trash cans one day because they smell, and you're going to start crying because you're going to remember me, and I'm going to be dead, and you're not going to be able to say, "Mom, you're right."
right.
But
Yeah.
there's certain things that I expect from him. There's a lot. Yes, I do. Like this morning, I threw towels in the thing. I'll make sure towels are clean by the time he gets home. But the trash is one of the things. If you cooked and I worked all day, I better not come home to dishes in that sink all day long because I was at work while you were just chilling at home.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He knows it. So as much as like Seth is very independent and knows my rules, now his wife might have different rules, right? And he'll
Yeah.
have to learn those. But I just feel like with your 4 sons in an older Mexican home, this little Mexican man with his 4 kids has them out there on Saturday doing the lawn, doing the things. And the woman never, ever argued with the dad when the dad got them up at 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. It was like, oh no, your dad said get up.
A lot of the things that suck is, especially in our life when we were casuals, we're bouncing back and forth and we don't really know, right? So,
Right.
but I kind of like put that responsibility off on her. Like I can't be there to direct. Like if I told him before the night before, hey, you guys get out there and mow the lawn, right? And so now you got to follow that through. Like I'm not there. Like so, and I might be going from that job to go do construction at night or go do this. I got side hustles. I got everything. So
Right.
I'm kind of like, and I may text you. Well, you need to text me. Like I don't got time to text. I'm running from this job to this job to
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
just help me out with doing that. But then when I would come home and it wasn't done, then my ex would say, like, you don't have a relationship. They don't talk to you. They don't. Yeah, because I came home and dropped the hammer on them.
Right.
The one
Yeah.
day that I was home, all I
Yeah.
did was be the
No,
dick.
You're
Yeah.
absolutely
Yeah.
right.
So I was just like, what
You're only
the
there.
fuck? Did
You're
your
only
mom
there to
tell
pick
you?
on them.
Like, why do
Yeah.
you got to talk to him like that?
True.
Because I already talked to him nicely.
Right.
And they didn't do nothing about it. I always said, hey, can
Yeah.
you do me a favor and make sure this is done by the time I get home? And that didn't work. And maybe your mom asked you and said, well, not right now. I'm busy. And then, oh, I forgot. Homie,
Been all
forgot?
day.
Like, and now I come at you crazy? You didn't need me to come at you crazy. Should have
Yeah.
got a handle
Yeah.
before I came
No,
at
I
you
agree.
crazy.
You're
And then she would freak out because you don't need to talk to him like that.
Yeah.
That's the
Well,
part
then you
that,
should have already handled
Yeah.
it before I got there.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what I
I'm-
mean?
I
I agree
am
with
a
you. That's-
huge culprit on that.
Yeah.
I do that.
You
Sometimes
can't,
I do
'cause
that to
ruin-
Brian.
Yeah, you can't. That's gonna ruin a kid because
I'm
he's
like,
right.
why are you yelling at him? But
It's
I
that
don't
It's
know.
that tough love.
I had-
That's how I'd look.
yeah,
at it.
I
It's that
know,
tough
but
love.
I have to learn to get the full story before I go in there
Sure.
and I start hollering at him for yelling
Me
at
too.
Josh because I get the half fucking story and I go in there yelling at Brian. Why are you fucking yelling at him?
Yeah.
And then come to find out he asked him nicely 3 times.
Yeah.
Well, Seth
Yeah.
used to say that. Why are
So-
you yelling? I asked you
So
5
now-
times.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
If you didn't want to hear me yelling, you should have did it before
Yep,
I hit
that's
number
right.
2.
Yeah.
Like you know what's gonna happen. So,
So
just
now
do
I
it.
just let it go because most of the time he's right.
Yeah.
Like if he asks him to take out the trash and he asks him 3 times and he's still on the fucking video game,
Yeah.
damn right I'm yelling.
Yeah,
at him.
and then the thing was like, she'd be like, well, you don't even know what's going on in their life. You know that such and such got a girlfriend now and what her name is, and you don't even know that because he doesn't share it with you. Why would he share anything in my life when I'm coming home
Yeah.
just
See, I don't.
Being the
that's
hammer.
That's
Yeah.
not fair because
I want to
you're
be
out.
the nice guy. Sometimes.
Yeah,
right? And
you're
so
out
I'm
working.
I can get the biggest. So like on a team, right? You have guys that are more valuable in certain positions, right? So if I bring home the biggest amount of money,
You're the quarterback.
then you know what? Then, hey, that's where I'm the most valuable. Go home and bring that money because I'm only going to bring half of what you do. So now you stay there and take care of this, this, and this. Right?
Yeah.
Well, I take care of that because that, Now, one day I said after the separation, I said, hey, the whole time that, we were together, do you ever see me making your mom go and do graveyard shifts or have a hustle job on the side?
Right.
No, that was me. I did construction on the side. I did casual. I did this. I did that. And I worked 7 days a week. Like, I never was like, hey, you're going to go and do warehousing tonight after you get off your job and work in the middle of the night?
Never.
Like, so you could minimize so that I can like have a nice night home and have dinner with my kids and see what's going on in their life. No, but at the flip side, now you're angry that I wasn't there to be there for my kids. And I'm like, well, I did what I thought was the
mad
best.
about the money.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, but the mortgage has got to be paid.
Okay.
And, and all the lights.
Your boys
and my
won't
food.
realize that until they have kids of their own, right? And they see it. Then they'll be like, oh, this is what dad was doing the whole time.
Yeah.
And that's the part is that as moms and as women, and I was probably guilty of that when Seth was little, because we get so wrapped in our kids, we don't realize we're actually kind of harming them and damaging them a little bit. Like, because all we see is this little baby and it's like us. And women become, so in love with their kids. You said earlier that sometimes we're not treating the men right. We're taking care of the kids more.
Sure.
And it was different when the woman was with the kids all day long and the man was at work all.
Right.
When the man came home at night, usually they wanted to spend time together. I just feel like it's changed so much, and that's not necessarily the case anymore.
Well, my friend, my friend, his wife's working all the time now, and he's not so much. So he's taking care of the kids a lot, right? And but now the role has reversed, and so now she's dealing
he's
with
staying home,
where,
or she?
Yeah, well, he's going to school, and he's got a little things that he's getting started, but he has more available time, right? So So, anyways, he needs to step up as a dad. Hey, you got to get the school lunches. I forgot to get them. We got this and that.
Right.
And so now he's stepping in like, hey, well, you got them because they're not living together, but you have them this week. And hey, they have a birthday party going on. Well, I'm burnt out. I've been working all week. The girl, right?
Okay.
I'm burnt out. Like, hey, I've been working. And like, so had the role been reversed, if that man is working and the one day he comes home, see, all you do is lay down and you don't even come here. You didn't even participate and take your kid to that birthday party. But when it's reversed, she's like, can't you help me out?
Yeah.
Can't you go and do the lunch? Can't you go and do this and that? And it's
That's
like, wait a minute. Now you're seeing the other side.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now, well, wait a minute. How come it's okay? But it was flipped. You would have been all over her.
That whole
his
gender
ass.
rule thing, right? That's because naturally this is woman's and this is the man's. But again, in 2023, it's so all across the board now. Nobody really knows what roles are being played.
That's why I think women should work. Kids are annoying and I hate cleaning. I don't want to stay home.
Wait, you're going to tell me you didn't love being home with him when he was a baby? And
no, when he was a baby and then he grew up.
Yeah. I always tell Seth, I wish he could stay 4 years old forever because at 4 was like a perfect age.
Loved him as a baby.
Yes, I agree. But I have a cousin and
I love him now. It's just I wouldn't want to be home with him all day.
You wouldn't? No,
Yeah, fuck no.
Yeah. Seth's 23. I'm like,
Take
we get
me
our
to
hour
work.
a day. We're good. Yeah.
Get me away from this kid, man.
But I have a cousin. She lives in Arizona. She's married. He came from Mexico. They had to do the process of getting here, getting him his paperwork. He's legal, all that stuff, right? And boy, she loves her husband. And they have 4 kids.
Yeah.
So he worked all day in a warehouse because at the time he didn't have all his stuff, right? And she worked in an office job. And we'd go over there all the time. We used to go there a lot during summer when Seth played baseball. And we've spent a lot of time together. And I grew up with them. So now you have 2 people that work, right?
Yeah.
And they're in one household with 4 kids. This girl, still to this day, gets up, gets the kids to school, goes to work all day, and walks in the house. And when she walks in the house, orders are being barked, and the girls are cooking, the boys are doing this. She cooks for her man. And I'm not saying she like bought some chili at the store and threw some meat. No. She makes home.
Yeah.
Everything.
That's like
and
me.
she does it with pure joy. Like Seth would just look at her like, Seth was like, why can't you be like her?
Ah.
She would cook for this man and the daughters would clean and help her. And she would sit her husband at the head of his table and serve him.
Mhm.
And I would watch like,
And he's working too?
oh yeah, but I'm like, this fool's spoiled, right? But at the end of the night, when we're all sitting on the couch and we're watching TV and I look over, he literally is rubbing her toes, rubbing her feet, massaging. And I was like,
See,
that's why y'all got 4 kids. He knows how to take care of her. They take care of each other.
but
they
which is how
find
it should
joy
be.
in it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
They
that's
are
ideal.
so to
Yeah.
this day. They've been,
That's
the
that's
oldest kid
admirable.
has to be 20 something.
That is so sweet.
And let me tell you, her kids and wives and husbands and grandkids all live in this huge house and it works and they love it. And she loves it. She loves her family. She was raised by our grandma who taught her a lot of what taught me. So she just feels like it's a blessing. It's a pleasure to take care
that's
of.
how it should be.
And it's not like that anymore. Like, and it doesn't matter who makes more money, her or him. You would think he made all the money. You would think he laid down all the rules because she just takes care of her man.
Yeah, it was like yesterday I was sitting there and I was doing the dishes and I have a really bad back. And when my back starts to hurt,
I wonder why.
Thanks a lot, boobs.
My back never hurts. I'm good.
I'm uncomfy.
It's all your fault. Yeah, but when my back starts to hurt, I'll like lean over the sink and continue to. And Brian comes out and he goes, "Stop doing the dishes. I'll finish them." And that's how it should be.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Like,
You know what? That
Yes.
that happened with
Yeah.
me too, because I also have a bad back. When I would do dishes, what my ex
why do you got a bad back? You ain't got boobs?
No, it's
You ain't got
wear and tear on my
Word,
back.
word.
longshoremen.
And
That
she
might
would,
be
she
it.
would actually go in the bathroom and grab the foam mat and then put it like in front of the sink, and then it would give me that extra padding, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to say she can't
I
wash
know.
the dishes.
no.
I'm like,
She's like, here you go.
she's
Because
like,
it's
I
because
love
of the
you, but
fact
not
that-
that much.
Well, so
It's because like she would cook, and then I would
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
like, you know what I mean?
yeah.
So it was just like,
But see, listen to what you just said. She cooked and you cleaned.
Yeah.
Even
it's that
if
50-50, that balance.
you you were the breadwinner, you just thought, you know what, let me go do this.
Right.
A lot of people won't even just commonly courtesy go do that. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, well, I worked all day. She's home with the kids all day. Yeah, but kids are a lot, especially if you have more than
Yes.
2.
yeah.
Right.
You got laundry, which is a lot.
I'll
You got-
wash and I put them in the dryer. She's putting them away.
Stephanie
I
said no.
always-
Stephanie said she ain't putting shit away.
No.
I just drop them on everyone's beds. You all put them away because I don't want
That
to go
still
through
takes
kids'
too much 'cause
drawers.
you're still-
I'm
Or do it.
literally going to hire a company that picks up my laundry, does my laundry, and folds it.
There's
for me.
only 3
I
of you in a
freaking-
house.
I hate it. I hate it. I hate
That's
it. I
just one of
don't
the
want to
chores.
fucking do it.
So yeah, I think like a lot of times there's certain things that
It's called
different
fluff
people
and
they
fold.
like, right?
I
so
love laundry.
right.
No, I like to put I love to put laundry in the washer,
Right.
put the soap in. That's fine.
The
It's
dro-
taking
the
it out and
folding.
folding it. I
Yeah,
hate
like I
it.
said, she
I
can
do
fold
the
them.
laundry.
But
I
there,
don't mind
if
it,
in your
but-
home,
If not, I'm
if
keeping it
this
in the
person
dryer.
likes to do the dishes and that one likes to do the laundry, then
Yeah.
you kind of just hey,
Yeah,
Yeah,
but what
cool, I'll
do you do
do
when
that.
nobody likes to do the fucking
then you get a service like you're doing. Right? Screw this one. Yeah, this one's out. Yeah.
I'm sure they have them. They have
But-
a
They
service
do.
for trash
They do.
cans.
They do.
No, they
That's
do.
what I said.
So like we've talked before, you and I have talked before about how if you had this, you want him to sit down and you want to do all this stuff, but there's sometimes the guy's just like, man, I've watched you all week break your back for everybody else. And like, maybe he might say, no, babe, you're not today. I was watching YouTube
Yeah.
and saw this,
Yeah.
certain dish, and I'm going to try to make it tonight for you. Like, and just chill out. Here's a glass of wine, watch the TV and let me,
Yeah.
try to make this thing. Like, and sometimes
that's
it's like,
good.
babe, chill out and let me, or you know what, man, it's enough is enough. We're going out to dinner.
Right.
Or
That
we're
would be
ordering a
me.
pizza and we're watching freaking baseball. We're
Yeah.
just chilling. Like, so you have to create that space, however it is, whether it's your kids, whether it is you're hiring somebody to come in and clean the house,
Yeah.
so that she has enough to do what she
Yeah.
can go get her freaking nails done. She
Yeah.
can go to the gym. She can take
I-
herself
yeah.
so
I
she
ain't
can
going to
take
no
care
gym.
of you.
You don't
Like-
gotta go to no
I
gym.
ain't going to no gym.
You might go on a hike.
Okay, there we go.
There you
Now
go.
we're talking.
You might go with your girlfriends
Yeah.
on to do
Yeah.
That
some
me
release time.
It's that me time.
So whatever the
But
time
see, I don't know
is,
if I
but
agree with that. That's going to be a whole other topic
Me
because I'm
time?
so tired of hearing me as a mom
And
that
I-
don't have kids.
well, if you're at
Like-
home,
and I'm not
No,
saying me.
Like I find joy in it. Like I find joy in taking care of my grandma. And I mean, my grandma's like having a newborn. I have to do all her laundry. I got to feed her. I got to change her diaper. But I feel like I love it. Like, and I love taking care of all the kids when they spend the night and we got to find places to sleep and blankets and, pills. Like, I find joy in that. But I also only had 2 kids for a reason, because what you guys said earlier, I knew I wasn't going to be able to afford more. I wouldn't be able to give more. But in 2023, I hear all these women saying, oh, my damn kids, I can't stand them. Like, your kid's like 3 and 5. Like, we can't stand our kids at, how old is he again? 16 and 23. There's a big difference, right? By that point, but I hear this I need my.
Well, I'm not saying at that point. I'm not saying you do it because she's complaining to me and me. You do it just because you love her,
right?
And you do it just because it comes out of naturally.
That's why I said genuinely. Like, that's where it's like, oh, here, go get your nails done. Go get your nails done.
And you almost got to tell her to stop. There's a certain point where she just. Well, because we're so caught up into freaking doing that, then we got to learn how. Mm-hmm. We got to communicate and learn. And hey, and when I do that, just let me do it, man. Like, come on, slow down.
And I think that's what happens with a lot of relationships in general, marriages, where it's just like you get so like in like a routine,
sure,
and that everything just it's repetitive, and you lose that. You know what I mean? Because next thing you know, it's like, oh damn, this is where we went wrong, or you know what I mean? And it's.
When you take a step back and look at it.
I do believe in the me time as a couple when you're married.
Oh, absolutely.
Like that I do believe in. Like,
and that's
my grandparents did that a lot. My grandpa Rudy and my grandma Petra did. They were always at the Elks Lodge dancing. They were always there, but they were together. My grandma and grandpa weren't always like every other weekend I'm going with my girlfriend here and my guy friends here. And they were always together. My grandma did shop a lot, so that's a little bit different. But they'd always go to the Elks Lodge and they would dance and have fun, and they had their time together.
Not let anything get in the middle of that time, though. Like, so did they put off everybody else, the other kids, the this and that? Did they turn the phone off? Like, you're out with your man, it's your time with your man.
They didn't have cell phones back then, sir.
Right, but whatever it is. So you can make that excuse, but what I'm saying is,
like 18, turn it off.
But I'm saying turn it off. I'm saying, you know what? Hey, they're in the other room. Like, it's mine and her time. Like, you know what I mean? Did they shut it all out? Because without me and her working, it ain't me and you and the family no more. Yeah. So this needs to work first. Yeah. So sometimes we're going the other way. Like, no, let me just take care of the kids. Let me do. And then, but it doesn't matter much. You can take care of kids all you want. At the end of the day, we're not together as a family because we weren't taking care of each other.
That goes back to raising your kids to be independent and take care of themselves. When you coddle them and you do too much for them, that's what happens. Bad. You'll be out and every 2 seconds, they're calling you because they don't know how to do anything.
Helicopter dad.
Yeah.
I got to see everything all the time. That's bad too.
Yeah. Like, that's the most frustrating thing. Like, they should be able to take care of themselves.
But do you think, because we're almost done, we got to cut out, but do you think that at a certain age, like Loran, for me, we talk all day long constantly because we enjoy each other now. Now we're friends. Like, she's 32, about to be 33. So that relationship's different. Like, and I have grandkids through her now. You know what I mean? So, but like Seth and I, if we don't see each other all day, he'll call once a day. Like, where you at? I'm like, I'm at work. Oh, okay. I just got out of practice. I'll talk to you later. Like, he's literally more independent than people realize. It's me that's like, Seth. And he's like, what? Get a life.
Mom.
Oh, he's totally like, he'll go for a whole day. Like, he'll go 2 days. And I'll be like, are you alive? He's like, yeah, I'm doing this and this. Why? Oh, just hi, making sure you're alive. You know, that's it. All right. Well, thanks, guys. It was great. Fine. Of course, we all have different opinions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Poor Tom over here.
Totally fine.
Tom got stuck next to me. And there goes your alarm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
All right. Well, thank you so much. And we'll talk to you guys later. Oh, please comment, like, subscribe, YouTube, Spotify, and I don't remember what else. And thank you, Solomon. We're over here at Podcast Place in Long Beach, where he makes everything super easy.
What a nice plug. Thank you for that.
Solomon's awesome.
He is. Thank you.
He's all right.
He ain't